don't you stay on your feet and just say this. Every Sunday morning, a deacon would read a scripture, another deacon would say a prayer. The preacher would preach God's holy word, and the Spirit began to move everywhere. They were saying, come on, let's have. Come on, let's have. Come on, clap your hand right now, and let's have a little church. Can I give you to clap your hand, and let's have a little church. Come on, let's have. I tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna have a little church. Have a little church. We're gonna have a little church. We're gonna have a little church. And I want you to look at somebody and tell that somebody says, the reason why I come here tonight, I wanna have a little church. I come to have a little church. And you know what I found out? You know what I found out one day? That a little church won't. A little church won't. A little church won't. A little church won't. Oh, come on. Let's have. Come on. Let's have. Oh, come on. Oh, have a little church.
Hey family, this is the day that the Lord has made, and we will rejoice and be glad in it. Listen, y'all do me a favor. Got some special guests that is coming on. I am so happy to see everybody on tonight. I want to get straight to the meat and potatoes tonight because I don't want to hold these two legends, but they are coming on with their nephew and coming to talk about G3 Quartet Revival Conference. Do me a favor, share this video now. If you have 5,000 friends, I have 5,000 friends. That is a total of 10,000 people potentially that can see this video. Don't be stingy with it. Share it. Let somebody know that G3 is on live. Wish I'll do that. Let's take a moment to share. I'm not going to ask you to do anything that I wouldn't do. So I'm going to get on my phone on my side and share this video as well. Hello to everybody that's coming in. Make sure you share this with your followers. My brother Quentin Samuels is on. Good to see everybody. Hope everybody had a wonderful day. We are waiting on Lady Giles to make her arrival in as well. But I'm not going to prolong this. I hope you all shared this. I want to go ahead and bring our guests up. I told you all that we were eventually going to start having guests to come and just share the expertise and just share with you all what God has placed on their heart to kind of get you in gear for G3. Now, if you all don't know, G3 is happening November the 10th through the 13th. That is a Wednesday through Saturday. If you want to know, G3 is 7 sessions, 4 worship services, 1 conference. We are 1 revival information second. So we are excited about what God is going to do. Would y'all do me a favor and help me? She is no stranger to the quartet. She is a legend. She is the queen. I always address her as 2 things. It's either queen or legend, because that's what I see. No matter what nobody else say, I believe that she is just that. She is an anointed woman of God. She is a preacher after God's own heart. And I love her with the love of God. And would y'all help me celebrate and honor as we bring to the platform none other than all the way from Fayetteville, North Carolina. And that is none other than Tiffanie TuTu Agee, live right here at G3. I'm so excited.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
I am blessed. How are you?
I am doing wonderful. How are you?
I am good. It's been a long day, but I'm grateful to God for giving me strength. I'm a nurse, of course. You probably already know that, and it can be very stressful in my line of work. And so it's been a long day, but when we were inboxing this morning, this is still the day that the Lord has made.
Come on.
And I choose to rejoice. Yes,
Come
I
on.
purpose in my heart to rejoice and be glad in it, no matter what, because it could always be worse. And I'm just grateful to be here with you tonight.
Well, I am grateful that you have accepted the call, and we're going to get right into it. But before we do, I have another legend. He happens to be one of the greatest songwriters that I know. He might not believe it, but I tell him that all the time. I believe that we have to impart into our own. Amen. Nobody else sees it. You impart into your own. And I believe that he's one of the greatest singers, one of the greatest songwriters that have ever picked up a pen, that I believe. And he is the lead singer of the Gospel 4, all the way from Memphis, Tennessee. That is none other than, would you give me some hearts, give me some likes, give me some claps as we welcome none other than the doctor himself, Dr. George Dean, in-house.
Woo-hoo.
How in the world are you, sir?
I am doing good. How are you?
Man, I am well and grateful for that, for sure. I've lived a long time, man, so I got about I got about 20 27 more years and I'll be 100. So, I've done real well.
Yes. Well, you look well. You look good. You look good. And
Well,
so
thank you. Thank you.
I am so happy. Will you both do me a favor and just because we do have one thing about this platform, we do have a lot of artists that are on that may not know who you are, that may not know a little bit about you. So can you just in just a few moments just share just who you are and then just what God has given you over the years. Just introduce yourself to the people of God.
Absolutely.
We're talking.
My
Go ahead,
name is
TuTu. Okay.
okay. Thank you. How are you,
Yeah,
Mr. Dean?
I'm good. Good to see
Good,
you,
good. So good to
even
see you.
this way.
Yes,
I'm
absolutely.
telling you.
Likewise. So I am. My name is Tiffanie. They call me Tiffanie TuTu Agee, but Tiffanie Ann is my name. Tiffanie Ann Agee is my government
Okay.
name. But I'm better
Okay.
known, or also known as TuTu, the lead singer of the
Yeah.
Truthettes. And you may remember the Truthettes. We did such songs as I Don't Want No Peanut Butter and Jelly, I Want My Soul to Be Saved. You
Yeah.
have God
Yeah.
Still by My Side. You have Every Step of the Way. You have God Said He Will Make Things All Right, and many
Hmm.
others. And so, of course, we started singing in 1975, and the rest is history. We were discovered by the Keynotes, and then we were actually we were in Dallas and we were singing with the Keynotes, and then Frank Williams heard us, and that's how we became
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Malaco recording artists. And so
Wow.
that's kind of who I am, a short
Wow.
version.
Wow.
Nothing than a woman of God and a minister of the gospel and an entrepreneur and all of that. But we're gonna go ahead and let Mr. Dean come on through.
Well, actually, I am George Dean of Gospel 4, for sure. We started back in like 1966. Even before then, we were singing with the choir. At that time, I had a brother that actually was a lead singer who could really sing a lot better than me. But he played bass guitar, I played lead guitar, and we had a family group at first. So it migrated into Gospel 4. I started writing back in 67, 68, and I played for a church for about 12 years piano. And
Wow.
as the group elevated, so did I. But I worked a job, man, for like 38 years. It was God's grace because I could go when I wanted, come when I wanted. So I never missed a program except one out of all those years. So God gave me favor even with the job, and of course, He's blessed me to do some other things for a lot of other people, which was also good for me. And this is about where we are right now. I mean, I could tell a lot of stories, you know what I'm saying? but that's where we are.
Wow.
Stellar nominations and all that good stuff, and all along, all that is good. But I just thank God for the blessing, man.
Well, I am so thankful for you all being here. Lady Giles has made her arrival. My wife, Lady Alexis Giles, is
All
here.
right.
We are
All right.
so excited to, and I just, I really wanted you all to just kind of, as you know, for those of you that don't know, we have a plethora of classes happening that Saturday. We're starting off with you, Dr. Dean, with the Songwriters Master Class. I believe
Right.
everybody needs to take part in that class because you got a lot of writers right now who have writer's block. They only get
Yeah.
so far. Some of them need that inspiration from somebody who has a proven track record of songwriting to help them in that next level. Same as with Minister Agee, have been
Hmm.
in this music industry for a long time, and they just need that encouragement. Because I think right now we're in the season now where a lot of people are on the verge of giving up just because they tried it this way, they tried it that person way, they tried it this way, and it seems like nothing is working. And so I believe that this conference will be the shot in the arm that somebody needs to go forward in God in the next level. So I'm excited. Starting off with the women in quartet, my wife and I were talking, and we were saying that this session is so needed for the women of God, dealing with women in quartet, because there are a lot of conversations that need to be had.
So, hello to everybody. Hello to
how you doing,
on here. It's so good to see you all and see you all doing well. I am such a fan of both of you, and I mean that to the meanest. I mean it. But I do have a question, because you both are lead singers and you both have been in the industry and have influenced a lot of people. I mean, I can honestly say that besides my dad, TuTu, I grew up with you, and TuTu is who I know. Like, oh my goodness, you just don't even know. So a lot of people would say that I patterned myself after TuTu. And okay, if you want to say that, she's the best of the best. So I want to know from both of you, because both of you have such a different style in lead singing. Yeah. So my question is it important for us as lead singers to know the word of God, or is it important for us to know cliches?
Wow. That's good. You weren't playing tonight. That was a good question. Wow.
Well, I guess I would say it may be a little bit of both. It depends on, you have to be mindful of the audience that you're ministering to. Everybody don't go to church. So you have to have wisdom, and you have to have the Holy Ghost, and you have to be led by the Holy Ghost. Sometimes you need to relate to people where they are. You need to deal with them where they are. And so, but I definitely believe that a lead singer should have the word, because there's only so much of the "ain't God all right" and "won't he fix it" and "won't he do it." There's so much of that we can do. We need to have some substance. We need to have some substance to give these people, because in this day and time, we've got COVID, and we've got our loved ones dying and on ventilators and all of that. And these people need a word to sustain them. And the cliches may not get it for such a time as this. But to answer your question, I believe that you have to have wisdom, because there is room for both.
Yeah.
Mr. Dean?
Wow.
Well, I have to agree with you, actually. I think you first got to have the Spirit of God within you, because you got to have an ear to hear what he actually says unto you. And then sometimes he speaks in so many different ways. I went to a church one morning to surprise a worker that worked for me a long time. He didn't know I was coming. And his sermon is when the rooster crow. So he kept saying that in his sermon. I'm saying, how you can make a song out of when the rooster crow, you know what I'm saying? Then I thought about, like when the rooster crow is a wake-up call. You can ask old man Peter. He was the one that denied the Lord, right? Jesus said, in 3, you're going to deny me. When the rooster crows, it's a wake-up call. So I'm just saying, God puts stuff, if you just listen, he'll put stuff where it needs to be. And then, but you got to have the word of God in you, because that alone will not only help you sing, but let's see people see a realness within you, and that'll draw them as well. That's right. That's the way that I feel.
That's good. Absolutely. That's good. And another question that I have, Mr. George Dean, everybody know you as the songwriter of the songwriters. So there's a lot of people who write songs and your verse doesn't match your hook, or your hook isn't matching your chorus.
Right.
Don't you feel that that's important for all of that to flow as one?
If you don't, it'll lose you, just like whoever you heard lost you. It'll lose you if it all don't work together. It has to. And that makes it a mainstream when that happens. And then people can say, okay, where you going? And they'll put this together and that together. And then they'll find out exactly what you're trying to say in your song, because it actually has to speak volume. And like TuTu said earlier, you know, I'm calling you TuTu. That's what I'm used to. I'm sorry. But
we're sorry.
Yeah. And she said earlier, it has to have some substance. The song has to have some subject, or it's just singing. It's not nothing to me. Now it's not nothing. It got to have some substance because my song is going to hit me first.
Yes.
Before it goes out to people. You know. Yeah.
So I
I
want
could talk a long time.
I really want to know, where do y'all see Quartet going?
Wow.
Because it's a balance. Some people say Quartet is gone. Some people say Quartet is not going anywhere. Some people is just in the middle, not saying anything. Where do you feel Quartet is going? And I won't say going like just going, but in Christ. Because we're living in the last days. People don't believe that, but we are. The signs are showing that God is coming back for his people. And the industry that we're in, and I'm not speaking on the outside industry as like contemporary or traditional, I'm not speaking on that. I'm speaking of the industry of Quartet. Where do you see us, or where do you pray to see us going in the near future?
Well, I believe the Bible. Oh, okay. I believe the Bible that says the work that he has begun in us, he will complete it until the day of Jesus Christ. But as I sought God, as to what to say during this session here tonight, and I hadn't even looked at the flyer thoroughly, but I saw at the bottom G3 Quartet Revival Conference. And the Lord had said, you know what? Pray for a revival. I looked up revival. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Loud and clear.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Loud and clear.
Oh, yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, can you hear us?
You know what? I can't hear myself, but you guys can hear me?
We can hear you.
We can hear you.
Yes.
Okay. Well, then we're going to go on. And so I looked up revival because I'm a definition girl. I like to get an understanding of what I'm saying. And so I looked up revival, and it means an improvement in the condition or strength of something. And so I believe that there needs to be a revival, not judgment, not condemnation, because God told Jeremiah, with love and kindness have I drawn thee. I'm praying that God will give us a revival, and I believe that from there, who knows where God will take Quartet. But I believe that it starts with Quartet, the mindset also. We need a new mindset, but I believe that God will give us that through the revival.
Yes,
wow.
Yes.
That's confirmation. Wow.
So, Mr. George, you tilt your camera up so they can see your face.
You can't hear?
Yeah, I can hear well.
I
just didn't want to lose nobody. I lost her. I lost Tiffany when that happened. But can y'all see me now?
We can see you now.
Okay.
So if you had
the Bible also go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. It's on you.
The Bible also speak of let the wheat and tare grow together, and in the day of harvest, he's gonna do the separation. Yes. And the day of harvest gonna be the end time, which means as far as Quartet and any other genre of music, Quartet will never die. I've had more people to call for my music during the pandemic. I sold CDs from home just from calls because people was talking about what they feel in the songs. So it won't die, because it has great substance. And TuTu spoke of substance earlier. And the song needs to have great substance. And they need to always talk about Jesus, you know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Because that's what we sing it for. Right. That's what it's supposed to be all about. And that's where the power lies. But I'm also with her about the revival. That's very, very, very important and very needed. More of that would be good for our souls and help us to be humble in all the things that we do, because my humbleness has blessed me to get in some places that I never thought that I would, because I always just stay down throttle so God can always use me. And that way everything's works. So works pretty well for me. We're always gonna have ups and downs. That's life. It's just gonna happen. But how we mature and make ourselves through it is what is so meaningful. So that's where I am. Quartet will never die.
All right.
But
Another
Miss
question is,
John and TuTu, y'all can sing any of it. Y'all have the voice to do that. I used to eat peanut butter and jelly. When you sung that, you took me back a few years.
We got the song right
on.
Okay. We got the songwriter on here, Minister Agee, that can write us a song, all three of us together. I'm just gonna put
absolutely. You go ahead and throw that out there. Yeah, throw it out there.
Throw that on out.
I'm working on a full project. So keep that in mind.
Wow.
Okay, I will.
Yes,
I will.
Sir. Yes, ma'am.
I will.
Well, it's been spoken.
I heard a person say during the pandemic, these people, she was just talking, right? These people need to stay in place and stand in faith. And I said to myself, bam, that's a song right there. You know what I'm saying? And it is. And it is.
Yeah.
And the beat and everything came to me right at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Like stay in place, stand in faith, and let God work in that. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that kind of thing.
I like that already.
Well, I see that. See, I feel like in everything that we do, there should always be learning without burning. And I think just in these few minutes, I think we a lot of people should have gotten some great nuggets already, just from some of the questions that have went forward. And I agree with you both, and I just feel like that Quartet is not dead; it's just in transition. I believe that God wants to re-anoint some of us again. I told the church on Sunday that this was the last hour that God would allow us to go into our next season living with last year's yes. I think He's requiring a new yes from us. I think it's just time for a new yes. Some of us has just gotten weary in the good work, and I think it's just time for us to get back to the basics. So, I am extremely excited, and I want you all to just quickly invite the people out to G3, because I get a lot of questions about, well, what are they really going to teach me, or am I really going to get something out of this? And I just want you all both to just invite them to G3, to the sessions on Saturday, the Songwriters Masterclass and the Women in Quartet.
Yes, absolutely. I would like to personally invite the Women Quartet, even, can it be women in ministry, period? Or is it just, okay.
Period.
So
Women in ministry, period.
Yeah, women in ministry, period, because I believe that there will be something for every woman that comes to this conference. We're going to be dealing with some subjects. Now, will there be a question and answer? Will they be allowed to answer?
They will. They will. We're going to have a whole set up. They can come to the mic and ask their questions and get them answered right there on the spot.
Okay. All right. So I'm believing God. I'm believing God for deliverance, salvation. Just because you sing quartet don't mean that you saved. So I'm believing God for some souls. Yes, get in position, people of God, get in position, because I believe that God is going to do some great things, because I thank God for the hearts of Prophet Giles and Lady Giles. And I believe that their heart is pure and their heart is after God. And so God can't do anything but honor what they're doing, this G3 conference. And so I'm so excited. I can't wait to get there. I'm spending time with God right now as to what I need to impart into the conference. And so y'all come on out, Women Quartet, Women in Ministry. And I'm actually going to make a list of some women in quartet that I do know, some groups, and actually personally inbox and invite them, because I just believe that God is going to do something great, and there's going to be a revival. And we thank God for the results
Hallelujah.
We thank God for the results even now. Even
Wow.
now for the revival.
Hallelujah.
Thank you,
My
Jesus.
God. Lord.
Thank y'all so much. I'm sorry, but I'm pressed for time. I've got to
I got you.
I've got to
Yes,
go.
ma'am.
But it's
Yes,
so
ma'am.
good to talk to you all. And hey,
Yes,
I
ma'am.
will see y'all November
Yes.
13th.
We love
in
you.
Houston.
We
God
love
bless
you.
Bless you. Good to see you.
We love you.
On her
Yeah.
way, y'all. November
Love you
the
too.
she's on her way.
All right.
And so, wife, I think you had a question for.
I do. So the last question that I have is, how important do you think it is for our industry to know not just the hoopahs and the I know he's all right and we got that down, but how important is it for us to know the business side of things?
Oh man, the business side actually should be the first side
Wow.
of what we do in the music industry, because it's just like when the lights was created, and they made sure that they had their own in writing as to who did it, even though some people tried to take it away. But what I'm saying is, you put your own stamp on your own music, so you got to take care of the business first for it to belong to you. And so record companies for years have made sure that we didn't know that. But thank God that I learned at an early age and been able to help a lot of other groups with that as well, just to be sure, including the QCs, to make sure that they had what they needed as far as the business side was concerned. And just like Jesus with the 12 disciples, everybody's just not gonna be with you. That's just life. But I try to treat all my guys right from a business side, but they know that business is business, which means we got to stay in place wherever we are and act like we're supposed to act as far as gospel is concerned, and act like you're a child of God around people. Be friendly, nice. All that goes well with what you do in your ministry. So you're talking about the business part, that has to be first. And then sometimes, because the singing is going to be all right. If you can sing, you won't have no problem with that. And if you can write, you won't have no problem with that. But the business, you got to take care of for real. That's very important. I'm talking about, like the Dixie Hummingbird said, that could be the difference between a meal and none.
Whoa. Wow. You know what I'm saying? That was a dime. That was a dime you literally just dropped. Because we do have a lot of artists that are backwards when it comes to the industry. A lot of them know the front of the curtain, but we lack the back of the curtain. We lack the back of the stage. And I think when they both go together, you can't have one without the other. What's a good message? What's a good song when you don't have good business?
That's what I'm saying. You can write the song and it just be a song, and you still bless people when you go out to sing. But God wanted to bring something back to you as well. He want to bless you through it, and just to take care of your own business. Otherwise, somebody else is going to get it, and not yourself. So the business is very, very, very important.
That is so true.
Can't do without it, really. Yeah, can't do without it. It's as good as Miss Jive saying. She's supposed to get revenue for what she said. I said that. Yeah, I said that.
You said it. Listen,
I'm waiting to sing with thee, Mr. George Dean.
I'm telling you.
We just might do that. Hold that thought.
I'm telling you. And I want to ask you this because we do have a lot of songwriters on the line tonight. And I want to ask you this. How do you start in songwriting? Where do you get your inspiration from? What get the juices flowing? Do you just wake up and say, man, I'm gonna write a song today? Or is it, how do you get in that flow to where do you see something and say, hey, that's a song? And then what's this process like?
Well, first of all, as a young boy, I was still in school, I used to sing with the choir at home. And they used to have this song that James Cleveland used to sing about, oh, I looked and lo, I saw a lamb. It struck me when he said that, because they wanted me to sing the song, right? But I wasn't the one that looked, you know. So I couldn't say I looked and lo I saw a lamb, right? I'm talking about I'm a young boy and I'm saying that don't go together. So I said, y'all want me to sing that? I'm gonna say John looked, not me, you know. And then they said, okay. So I went on sung the song. So that kind of prompted me to start really listening to what God put in my head, man. So I started playing guitar. I would write my own songs with my guitar, and the more I thought about a subject, the more things would come to me, and I'd apply it. I would see something down the road or hear somebody say something, blah blah blah, and I would take one subject. You take the song that I did about "I'm So Sorry, Can I Let You In?" I don't know if you heard that one, but
He'll come back. He'll come back. Y'all pray.
Pray saints, come down back.
I mean, he was about to drop the dime. He coming back. He's coming back. And let me announce this while we're waiting on Uncle George to come back in the room. I want to make this announcement about G3. Don't forget that Monday is the last day for the Legends Gala tickets. They are $50. Make sure you get your tickets in. They are $50 per person, which covers your 5-star dinner meal. Make sure that you get it in by Monday. That is the deadline, by Monday. Make sure that we have this information so we'll be ready, prepared to go. I want to see you November the 10th. There he is. He's back.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
I say, he was about to drop it.
but anyway, so actually I started writing songs. I had another lead singer, and he was singing songs. And first of all, he thought that we couldn't sing them, and so we had to show him that we could. My brother and I at that time. And so my brother said, "Man, let's just do our own thing." The guy is just up and quit for whatever reason. So we just said, "Hey, man, we can do our own thing." So we just started writing. So I wrote all the songs for him, and it went from one thing to another. But I was getting ready to say the song said, "I'm so sorry, can I let you in?" I actually was at work riding down the highway, and there was a man on the side of the road thumbing for a ride, and this is a true story. And but they won't let me pick nobody up because it's a company truck, right? But I felt bad, and so I started singing the song. I'm so sorry, can I let you in? Because your name don't appear on my road. Go back. Da, da, da. And he said, sorry. And went right on down the line. So sorry. You know what I'm saying? Those kind of things are easy for me, actually. And a lot of things come. So I figured it's just the gift of God, and I'm so grateful for it. And I promise you, I use it for His glory. That's it.
Wow.
That's it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, Bishop Fred Jones is on the line, and he has just got in Bible study. And I wanted to make sure that he was in the room, because when I told him that Uncle George was joining us, he lit up. He lit up. He said, "Whoa, I'm gonna be on."
That's my friend. That's my friend.
Yes, sir. My friend is gonna be on. And so here he is. How are you, Bishop?
I'm well, and I'm even better now that the Rabboni is here. That's none other than my dear friend, Brother George. I tell you, I love me some Brother George. I'm telling you, it's no
secret. The feeling is neutral. Don't feel bad. It's neutral. It is neutral. Yes, sir.
I'm still waiting on my song.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, Bishop.
You got to get it right. TuTu and Wifey over here has already tried to conjure up a plan.
Oh no! See what?
Yeah, they did that, Bishop.
What the whole world need to understand, what they need to understand is that George and I had relationship long before they come along, and they have to get in line. Possibly.
Oh,
This is one of the greatest songwriters. Listen, Brother George, we've been all over the country singing your song. Everybody smile in your face. Man, that is
not your
a
friend.
masterpiece. I thank you for that.
Not your friend. I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Is everybody that spend your money. That's my favorite one.
Okay.
So out of all,
what about everybody sleep in your bed?
That's even worse. I love it.
Out of all the songs that you have written, what is your favorite song, or do you have a favorite song?
It's hard for me to say favorite because certain songs has done a lot of things for me that some haven't. I remember when I was trying to figure out some things in my life, younger, et cetera, and God gave me whatever you need, you can find it in the Word. That could be my number one song. But when I got up this morning, saw a new day, and said one more blessing in my way, that could be my number one song. And I have a lot of songs. I have a lot of songs. I probably have a lot of songs y'all never heard. But to say which one is, it's just hard. It's just hard to say.
Yeah.
I like them all.
And while we're here, before Bishop asks his question, I just want to remind everybody that the Songwriters Masterclass is coming to G3 with none other than Dr. George Dean, award-winning writer, as well as Dr. V. Michael McKay, Dove and Grammy Award-winning writer. So there's no way that you can miss this as a songwriter to get imparted to. We was at the radio station this morning, and I said you need a mentor for every mandate that you have in your life. And I believe with the songwriters that's in the room, I believe it's no telling. It may be a plethora of songs that come up out of this session here. Because just
you never know.
I see there it is. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It ain't nothing.
And so it's taking place, y'all. It's taking place. That is Saturday, November the 12th. November the 13th. I'm sorry, that's the wrong date. November the 13th at 3:15 p.m. So you want to make sure that you be there.
Yeah. So we have to remember to change that flyer.
Yeah, I will.
So if you had, when you were coming up as an artist, or you say you sang in the choir, who did you look up to, or who did you kind of look up to as a mentor that kind of got you on the way?
I love the Dixie Hummingbirds for several different reasons. One reason, they could make their voice do anything they wanted it to do.
True.
However, up, down, low, however, they could make their voice do it, and they sung their own stuff, and then they just had a way of deliverance on stage that would be just as good now as it was then. But they had true voices. I'm talking about, man, me and my brother used to mimic them, period. That was my first inspiration right there. Wow. And I said, man, these guys, they're saying all kind of stuff, all kind of songs, blah, blah, blah. So I said, hey, let's do that too. Let's just try different stuff, blah, blah. So we start marking everybody until we come into our own after that. Oh, man, keep going away. What's up?
No, you're still here.
No, you're good. You're fine.
I'm still there?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I just can't see y'all. Well, I can't see y'all at this point, so I don't know what that is. But anyway, there you are.
Okay. You're
back.
Okay. Okay, but yeah, that was my first, and then a lot of groups did a lot of things like high vocals and blah blah blah. So I don't necessarily sing high, but I had a background that could. So what I did was wrote a song in a different key where they'll be high and I still be down low and still be just effective. Different things that are done just to make, and then I wanted my voice to last longer, so I made sure I didn't strain. I just stayed within my keys and kept it where. But you can write a lot of stuff and still be So if it, like the song, he takes the ordinary, change the necessary, makes the heart feel merry. That's what Jesus do. But it's not that high. But it's so effective because of what it says, which makes all the difference in the world. For it relates to every genre of music, every genre person, every etc. And that all works out pretty well for everybody. I hear you. I'll be watching y'all. Yeah, I'll be watching. I'll be watching Bishop.
Hey, John. Listen. People who go to hear you, they'll say to me, "Man, I heard this guy. Boy, he could really sing. He was singing your song." I said, "Mm-hmm." Then I had to come on. My conscience be whipping me. I had to come on and say, "No, I'm singing his song." But I'm telling you, man, you have. I heard you do something once where you were the only one I ever heard do it, where you took a song and you said, "Now, if I was in the Quartet arena, this song would go this way. But then if I flipped it and wanted to be in the contemporary arena, I'd do it this way." It turned the church out. I've never seen nobody do anything like that.
Wow.
I know you're going to be a valuable asset to people who want to know how to do music songwriting because you're so unique. And you just told me something. You change the key, leave them high, and you make it where you are comfortable. You put no strain on your voice.
Exactly.
These are things we need to learn.
Right.
Exactly. I noticed the younger guys now coming up, they always want to be on that high peak. And actually, I tell them, if you can only get so high for so long, unless it's a natural voice for you,
Right.
But if you screaming and it's not really natural, that only lasts for so long. And them sponges gonna get a little rough, and your vocals. So you just gotta be careful with that. Yeah.
Wow.
So for those next generation that is coming up and want to master songwriting like you do oh so well, and it looks like you have no problem doing it, what advice would you give to them?
Why am I losing y'all? First of all, I'm telling young people, learn how to sing before you learn how to jump.
Well,
Wow.
Well, it doesn't help you. I'm serious.
Wow.
Just learn how to sing, and we'll learn that we don't have to do. Of course, now they're singing to a younger generation, but the younger generation are hear the truth too in your song, and that will stick with them rather than them leaving and dancing the same way that you are. Because when they get out of the door, they hadn't really heard enough to stick in their heads. Because you're still doing that, still doing that hollering and blah blah blah. They did that in the blues field and stuff like that, rock and roll and whatnot. We still in gospel, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
I think God should stand with what we're doing. We project God, and we should do that, and that's just it. So let the words speak for the people. And there are some people they're just not gonna go to church, but they'll come to the program.
They'll come
So
to the
it's nice to
program.
have a word for them, even if we're singing. It's nice to have a word for them, so they can leave and saying, blah blah. Like when I put out the song, "Get Your Business Straight," and on the end I said, when you leave, tell somebody I'm going to get my business straight.
Yes,
Those
sir.
kind of things.
Wow.
Yeah, sir.
well, I would just like for you to take the time and, in your own words, invite the people to G3 to your songwriters masterclass, because it is important. It's important for us to understand songwriting. It's important for us to be able to put in our lyrics to where somebody will feel what we're saying. And if you don't mind, I would just like for you to just invite the people out to come to G3 to that class.
I'm in case you don't know, I am George Dean of the Gospel 4, and we've been singing together for some 50 odd years or so. We're getting ready for this master class of songwriting, and I'm going to invite all of you to come and let's talk about what has been, what is, and what shall be to come. Things that's happening around us now with the fire and the wind, so it's nothing that don't think that that's not something God has put in place. But He also give us time with these things to make sure we got our house in order. And so if we're gonna sing, let's sing about the truth. Let's sing about the words. I've studied to try to show myself approved, and then
All
when I
right.
need those words, God always supplied some kind of way. It always come because I studied for that to happen. So I'm inviting everybody to come because it's going to be a great time. I also want to commend Prophet Giles and all of you that work to make it happen. You brought in the people from the BMI. I thought that was one of the great things that needs to happen when these people are having these big things.
Yes,
Bring
sir.
somebody in that can help, especially with the business, like you talked about earlier, Miss
That's it.
Giles. Especially with the business, because I tried to get in there so I can listen and see if what else I could learn, but
We're,
I couldn't get in there.
we're gonna
So
actually do
we're
that.
looking forward to that day.
We're gonna actually do that again as well on this platform where everybody won't have to get on Zoom. They can just click on Facebook and they can get in and see it, hear it, ask their
Great,
questions.
great,
We're gonna do it
great,
again
great,
for sure.
great, great, great.
Well,
But I'm looking forward to that day.
me,
I get get a chance to shake hands with the bishop. What can I say?
we are excited, y'all, and I want everybody to remember G3 November the 10th through the 13th. Bishop, anything that you want to share before we let the legend take his rest for the night?
Yeah, other than Legend is mighty sharp sitting there with that.
I'm telling you.
I'm saying, Legend, you look like that on a Wednesday.
Well, I've
Listen,
been watching you, Bishop. I've been watching you on when you get ready to do some stuff. I watched you not too long ago at the church, and every time you got a different suit, different shirt, different tie. So I figured, hey, the bishop might be sharp this time, so let me put on something that might fit the occasion.
Fit the occasion, yes, sir.
I got on my G3 T-shirt.
Yeah.
I would like to say this to everybody that's
Well,
looking and listening. In my own words, this is not hype, but I believe from the depths of my heart that this man is the real deal, because wherever he is respectful. He carries himself in a way that he wants you to know he represents the Most High God. He's not out here playing games. He's not out here, trying to maneuver the minds of people to follow the flesh, but he's always trying to give substantial words that'll build your heart and that'll give you direction. I encourage everybody to come and hear him in person. Don't cheat yourself by sitting looking on your phone. It is not quite the same. You'll hear it, but it's nothing like being in this man's presence. He's written songs for so many great artists. I'm next in line. I feel it. I'm next in line. It's just something telling me, get ready.
Your song is on the way.
He snuck that. He snuck that in. He snuck that in. The only thing I can say is I'm G4 on my I'm G4 on my way to G3. Y'all come there so you can be with me right there.
All right, I hear you.
I hear you. I hear you. Wow.
Oh
So
man.
We just
You
again
funny, man. You funny, man.
for being on the platform on tonight, y'all. He's coming to G3. You heard it for yourself. He's coming to G3.
Yes,
He's
indeed.
going to teach us something, and we all need to learn. You never get too high to learn. You always learn something new every day. And if we're in this industry, we should want to learn every day something new, because somebody comes to help us, and we're excited about having you down in Houston. We're going to show you some great hospitality, and it's just going to be a family affair. So, yeah, I'm excited. And I want all of you to know that registration is on sale. This is the prophet's birthday month. His birthday is actually on Friday. So he gave us a $25 off sale. So instead of it being $125 for the month of September, it's $100 for your registration. And you ask what comes with it. You get your gala ticket. You get a ticket to the midnight musical. You get to come to all of the class sessions. You get your conference t-shirt and materials. If you don't have the $100, he's allowing you to do it in 2 payments, and that is $50 and $50. Now, if you want the gala ticket sale by itself ends on Monday at midnight, which is the 20th. If you want to just come to the gala and not come to anything else, that's just $50. But hey, guess what? All of the nightly services are totally free. All of the nightly services are totally free. That's your revival part. And we want to make sure that we're getting the word of God in. So I want you all to come out to the revival as well. The first night, kick it off with Bishop L.W. Bolton of the Bolton Brothers. So you definitely want to make sure, because there is a word that's going to be in the house for you.
And I also want to say this, don't forget about the showcase as well. We are looking for 15 groups. And when you have people like Dr. George Dean sitting in the audience, when you have people like Malaco, the talent buyers, the radio artists, you'll even learn the difference from a talent buyer being a gospel promoter. There is a difference. You'll have them in the room. You'll have radio personnel. We have radio that will actually be broadcasting live right there from G3. And then, so, it's going to be an awesome event. I want everybody to be reminded again, G3 is coming your way November the 10th, November the 11th, the 12th, and the 13th. Make sure that you register. Invite somebody. Tell them about it. Let them know that revival is taking place in Houston, Texas. And we have a few friends, industry professionals, that's coming along to help us expand our reach in the media industry and in the marketplace. We want to make ready for your arrival. Make sure you register for G3. Now, to register, you can register at either $G3 Quartet Houston, or you can get on G3 Reg Fox and register there. Whichever way is fine, but registration is $100 until September 30th. So we want to make sure that you get your registration in before the deadline. So we are excited. I want to thank Dr. George Dean for coming and spending time with us, sharing a little bit. We just want to give a little tidbit of nuggets tonight, but you got to come to G3 to get the whole meal. You got to come to G3 to get the whole meal. Go ahead, Bishop.
When we were in our early years, and we went to Tupelo, Mississippi, to the Lee Williams Down Home family reunion, one of the prestigious judges was the great Mr. George Dean. And we were blessed to, out of 38 groups, to rise to the top. And from that point on, we started little by little doing national, and then ended up doing international tours and concerts to 9 countries around the world. And we're looking forward to even more. But I remember Mr. George Dean being one of the illustrious judges. I never will forget it. And I'm telling you, he's got an ear, not only for songwriting, he's got an ear for recognizing talents that are ready for the next level.
Yes.
So this showcase is where you need to be. This is not a showcase that's going to take your money and tell you to pay your tithes and stay in church. Y'all sound real good. It's not that type of showcase. This showcase is to really what it says it is. It is to showcase you, not expose you. And so when you have over 50 promoters, talent buyers, radio, music executive, management, applause management, Bishop Jones, George Dean, Tanya Perry, the list goes on and on. And guess what? The winner, will receive a free music video. They will be featured on Bridging the Gap to the Bahamas and Beyond as the artist of the month for December. They'll be featured on BGN TV Network
and
magazine. Also with Chris Hines with exclusive music and management, as well as 6 months of free consultation with Applause Management. So, it's a lot to be offered only for $100. Think of the people that's going to be in the audience, as Bishop said, that has an ear, that can really help you and your reach, even if you don't win. At this point, it does not matter if you don't win, because everybody is winners in this situation. Nobody's not going to leave that room saying, I wasted my money. But in all actuality, they're going to leave the room saying this was one of the best investments I've made in my life. Well, Dr. Dean, we're going to let you turn it on in for the night, and I want to thank you. Any last words before we get off?
I'm George Dean of G4. You're ready to come to G3. Why don't y'all come and sit with me?
That's the song.
It's been good. It's been good. I enjoyed it for sure. And bless y'all for what you're doing, man. That's a great thing, I think, for sure. And see you later, Bishop.
All right.
God bless y'all here.
Bless you.
Take care.
Y'all take care. Us, we'll pray for you together. We'll both keep the devil on the run. See y'all soon. See you next time. Be on the lookout. G3 is happening November the 10th through the 13th. Love y'all. Peace.
Good night.
Good night.
Listen here.